Stop the cap.
Don't forget to pick up my new book. It's on Amazon. The link is in the description box.
These children are not just kidnapped and in some cases bred by families as a cash crop. We have people in the United States of America that breed children in order to sell them. And when they are sold, they come without birth certificates, which means it's easier to kill them and have no one ask where they are. We're also importing children by the plane load. Again, children who have no documentation. It's not just child slavery or child sex abuse. It's also child torture because you have adrenalized blood. You have the whole blood drinking ceremony of the satanic world. It's also the use of children for harvesting body organs. And then you have ritual ceremonies and ritual murder, as well as incidental murder. Most organizations that end up being used to prey on children, Oxfam is a recent example, all of the United Nations organizations, the Boy Scouts of America, all of the child services agencies across the United States of America, they did not start out as organizations to prey on children, but they attract pedophiles. And ultimately, pedophiles end up rising in the ranks and controlling those organizations, so that an organization that initially started out in the service of children becomes an organization that is in fact hunting children.
Insane. So apparently there was an entire thread in Eyes Wide Shut that was completely deleted. The thread that exposes the elites, their whole pedophilia ring, and like the top of the chain of the Epstein list. So there's an entire thread in the movie that's been suppressed, and it's these two men that we see in the background throughout the film. But if you pay attention to the ending scene, these two men walk out with their child. They've given their daughter to the pedo cult. She walks away and it's so eerie, and they're taking her.
It's missing a narration. It's missing a third-person narration that was originally in the movie. That's because the movie was recut and changed after his death. And they will deny it. But as a student of Kubrick, I'm watching the movie and I'm like, oh, Kubrick wouldn't do that.
I gotta go back and see if there was a video I was supposed to post. I had left the gym late last night. I gotta look for another gym. I need a gym that's like 24 hours. I'm tired of trying to rush into the gym and squeeze out a workout before they close. So I think I'm gonna change gyms. But in any event, it'll be a little bit more expensive, but I think it'll be worth it. Because last time I had a 24/7 gym when I could just go in there whenever I had the free time to do so was before COVID. You know what I mean? But ever since COVID, everybody went to these freaking, one horse, what do they call that shit? A one horse town type of hours. They want to close all early. I was like, this is whack. And then it gets even worse on the weekends. I was like, nah, I need 24/7 gym. That's what I need. But anyway, so I left the gym and I had my gym music playing. I listen to a lot of gangster shit when I work out to get my blood pumping and all that. It's along the lines of, I was listening to like Chef G and Sleepy Hollow for a while. Then I switched it up and I started listening to like more like Key Glock, which is the outro song I use is Key Glock, Russian Cream. But I'm saying anything that pretty much sounds like Key Glock, like he got, what's the song, the other song he got? His shit just be banging, like Orville Redenbacher, he got that shit is fire. But I say like Key Glock, Young Dolph, Jay Fizzle, that's a new one that I got on. I gotta go through his catalog, but he got a song called Last Song by Jay Fizzle. That shit's fire. Right. And I was driving home and I was just playing Jay Fizzle, and I'm sitting there listening to the song and I was laughing to myself, right? Because, people will sit there and they'll be like, oh, that's niggerish music, and it's the degeneration of black people, right? They'll sit there and they'll say all this shit, right? Because I'm saying the songs, you listening to Young Dolph, Key Glock, Jay Fizzle, It's all the same shit. Drugs, money, bitches, hoes, guns, violence, crime, murder, drugs, bitches, hoes, baby mamas, fat ass, right? Like that's like the whole that's like the whole song. And I was sitting, I was laughing to myself, and I was like, yeah, man. I was like, yeah, we ain't got shit on them white boys, man. I was like, we ain't got shit on them white boys. You can say what you want. All this stuff, you in the streets, man, that's grown man shit. That's grown shit. You in the streets, you know what the price may be. You get caught lacking, all that stuff. Again, grown man shit. We ain't out there fucking with no goddamn children. I saw there was a video that, because what people are doing is they're taking all these Epstein files and the videos and shit, they're posting this shit on Instagram. And so once you go down the rabbit hole and the algorithms are like, oh, you like this? You know what I mean? It starts sending you start swiping, and, you'll see car video, pretty woman, and then out of nowhere, bam, an Epstein file video. And there's two really disturbing videos that I saw that are related to the Epstein files. The first one, it was this, sound like a girl she's in a barrel and she's screaming, to be let out of the barrel. She's literally in one of those, look like one of them blue cartel barrels, the ones that they melt acid bodies in and some shit like that. That's what that shit reminded me of. Reminded me of when I was playing Wildlands, Tom Clancy Wildlands, and there's a mission that you go to, and the guy, it's how they eliminate bodies. They fucking put a body in a barrel and then pour sulfuric acid in the barrel, then it'll dissolve the body, including the bones, and turn it into a slurry. Right. So she's in one of these type of barrels, one of these blue, it's like a blue resin barrel. And she's screaming to get out of the barrel. Right. And the camera's just on the barrel and then walks away. And again, all this shit with the torture videos and the adrenochrome and having people be, children be fearful and all this other shit, the same with that Joe Podesta. It's the same voice. If you listen to his voice, that somebody put the shit together. They got his voice in the video, and then they got his voice just talking regular. Nigga, you got the same voice. You know what I'm saying? It's like me if I went up on the stage and I started talking. There's a lot of people who would immediately know it's me, just because they've been listening to my voice for. So everybody's voice has a certain identifier to the voice, or the pattern and the manner in which you speak, right? So you'd be able to identify that shit. So you got that video, and getting back to the adrenochrome, because I was like, what the fuck is adrenochrome? And I went and I looked it up. Again, it's not a medically significant a term. All it is oxidized adrenaline, which you can do that in the lab. You don't even have all this shit, all this mystical shit about, and it gives you power, or is the fountain of youth or something. All that shit is bullshit. It's bullshit. It has no medical sense. It's not even stable. It's not even a stable molecule. It's just adrenaline when it's exposed to oxygen. But in any event, then there's another video, and the video is basically the thumbnail that you're seeing of this video, which is that what is that song called? What's the song called? That damn Somebody That I Used to Know song. Man, this video is so disturbing and fucked up. And some of you may have already seen this video. It probably came through your timeline. But it's of a grown man in face paint. The child his face paint is basically the same as the guy on the left. The guy that sings the song, with the woman and whatnot. So the child is there. He's being forced to sing the song. His face is painted and everything. He's up against a wall that again, it looks exactly like the music video. It's meant to look like the music video. This child has to be, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 years old, and he looks terrified. I mean, just absolutely, terrified. I mean, just watching it, it's like, Why would you do that to a child? And I mean, who knows what else was done to this child? Who knows even if this child is alive, right? And I looked at the comment section. Some of the comments were saying that the person in the video was Stephen Colbert. From the angle, you can't really tell. You can't really tell who the man is that's making this child sing. But I mean, grotesquely disturbing. I mean, you got to see the video. You got to see the video. And the child's face is not obscured. Again, I'm sitting there, I'm listening to Jay Fizzle, last song, guns, drugs, bitches, hoes, shootouts, gang violence, all that shit. And I'm like, nah, man, white dudes, we ain't got nothing on white dudes. I mean, nothing on white. I don't want to hear another white man. I don't want to hear Legion of Men. I don't want to hear none of these bitch ass white dudes come online talking about black fatigue. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear about no goddamn Arena Zarutska and DeCarlos Brown. I don't want to hear it. I do not want to hear it. When you got this shit going on and white men out here fucking with children, terrifying shit. I mean, the most evil shit that you could. The Joker isn't this evil. The Joker is not even this evil. From The Dark Knight is not even this evil. Like, the shit is I mean all of it. The child sex trafficking, the blood libel bullshit, and eating the children and killing babies and having people give birth to children just to send them, to the occult on some eyes wide shut type of shit. I'm like, oh no, man. Y'all don't have the moral ground to tell anybody else shit. About righteousness and justice and who got the sweet twinkle of white Jesus in their eye. Man, if y'all don't shut the fuck up, man. If y'all don't shut all the way the fuck up. You know what I mean? I swear, next white person I hear say black fatigue, I'm just going to just mash on them. Just mash them. Just smush them right in their fucking face. I want to hear none of that. When y'all got no, I mean, the outrage, the outcry, the shit that y'all screaming and shit, right? The fight between Carmelo Anthony and Austin Metcalf. Y'all went for days making videos about that. Like it was like the world was coming to an end. Right? Arena Zarutska and DeCarlos Brown. Y'all went in for days. After, oh my God, the president of the United States went up there and held up a picture and acted like this shit this is the worst thing that has ever happened in the history of humanity. And I'm seeing Epstein files and videos, not just emails. They got videos. Epstein running around the kitchen with little girls, chasing little girls in the fucking kitchen. Videos of clearly a child that is fucking pregnant. This is what I'm seeing coming through my motherfucking timeline. And y'all got the audacity to form your lips together and talk about, oh, you got black fatigue? Like I said months ago. I'm like, y'all need to have some elite fatigue. Y'all need to have some white elite fatigue. That's what the fuck you need. Motherfuckers sitting around talking about black fatigue. Again, coward, yo. Cowards. They got no smoke for the real enemy. No smoke. None. But they want to tell you all about the blacks. The Muslims, the Syrian refugees. All that shit, Trump get up on there And the murderers and the rapists and they coming across the border. Nigga, you the rapist, nigga. You the rapist. No commotion. No commotion. You don't see white men kicking up as much. When they talk about everybody else, oh, they got all type of dust to kick up. They kicking up massive amounts of dust. But when it comes to themselves, when it comes to the people that they look up to and aspire to, oh, they ain't got no smoke for that. It's crickets up in this bitch. It's crickets up in this bitch. They all these white conservatives be the main ones. They be the main ones to get up there, want to talk about Jesus and talk about righteousness and justice and God. They be the main ones up there. Right? Black people, marginalized group, discriminated against, redlining, blockbusting, Jim Crow, eminent domain, all the shit that's been done to black people. And we got a crime problem, as we should have a problem due to all that fucking marginalization. And they'll act like, oh, we just the worst motherfuckers in the world. But when it comes to white men that are on top of Mount Olympus, got all the resources in the world, and they got to go and fuck with some goddamn children, and these motherfuckers have no goddamn smoke. You know, I couldn't get the shit out of my head, man. You know, people asking me, why you post that picture of that woman on Instagram? Because I beat the brakes off of that motherfucker. Give me a bitch built like Tiger Safari. Give me one of them skinny bubble butt bitches. Oh, my goodness. Long-legged skinny bubble butt sister? Man, please. Please. Give me any one of them chicks running at the Penn relays. I'll take it. I'll take it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm talking about grown pussy. Grown pussy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, how the fuck? I mean, like, I was just sitting here thinking about it. I'm like, if I had like fucking Bill Gates money, right? If I had Bill Gates money, granted, Bill Gates was married and shit, but I'm just saying, right? I'm fucking with all type of grown pussy. Like, I'm like, oh, so you mean all these grown ass models? I could fuck with them, right? I just be in Miami on Ocean Drive and shit. Fuck the fattest bitch in the club and shit like that. That's what I'm doing. And these motherfuckers are sitting there thinking about preschool, my nigga. They over there thinking about motherfucking preschool. Talking about, can I go to the island? Can I go to the island? And y'all got black fatigue. Y'all got black fatigue. These motherfuckers literally want to get up on some goddamn children, and y'all got black fatigue. I'm like, all these beautiful fucking, grown women that you could think of, models, fucking Instagram chicks. I could think of like fucking 20 Instagram bitches right now that if I could smash, like, just off of the strength of like, hey bitch, I'm a billionaire. You know what I mean? And go off and smash. That's what I'm fucking with. And I would be 100% satisfied, more than 100% satisfied. The last thing I'm thinking about are children, prepubescent children. You know what I'm saying? The most sacred and innocent, beings on this fucking planet. You know what I mean? They don't ask to be here. They come here. You know what I mean? It's like the way that the adults create the world for them is that's their framing. That's what they know. You know what I'm saying? And you have them, you bring them into the world to sacrifice them to a bunch of fucking PDF files. And mind you, right? This is white people doing this shit to white people. Right? You got the white parents that give up their white children to go off and be a part of a white PDF file ring. Right? No commotion. No commotion. But let there be any interracial reaction whatsoever, these motherfuckers are losing their shit, going absolutely fucking ballistic. You know, what I find, weird, right? Because they mentioned Clarence Thomas said Clarence Thomas had sex with a 4-year-old, right? That's what it said in the Epstein files, right? And I'm like, I thought no niggas is on the island. I guess they made an exception. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, how did this go down? Right? And I'm not saying that you don't have because you got Jay-Z implicated, you got Pusha T implicated, right? Because I think like they're part of the right, and the Jay-Z thing, it's kind of like, okay, he's a street dude, and then the whole idea, like, so like who would be the one to go out there and do the kidnapping, because there's kidnapping involved, right? And it was like Jay-Z and Weinstein that were doing the kidnapping. They talking about Jay-Z done left the country. Beyonce, they talking about, she want a divorce and all this shit. Rumors is all shit that's floating around. People making content on social media. You know what I mean? But I'm like, nigga, the only person, this was crazy. The only video of anybody talking about what needs to be prosecuted was some Asian Democrat out there in California, I'm assuming. That's the only time you see Asian politicians and shit, is out there in Cali. Up there talking about, we need to press charges and all this stuff. That's an Asian man. The Asian man is the first one to get up on the mic and talk about what needs to be done. Everybody else motherfucking silent. I don't want to hear dick coming from white folks, in particularly white men. I don't want to hear no, oh, I got black fatigue. Oh, I got black fatigue. You need to have some white elite fatigue. You need to have some PDF file fatigue. That's what you need. Y'all got so much smoke for everybody else. For everybody else. Y'all be running around, oh, the Muslims in Europe, oh, they're grooming the girls. Y'all the biggest groomers ever. The fuck you talking about? The fuck are you talking about? This shit is ingrained in y'all culture. This is what y'all have been about. And mind you, this type of shit, this cultist shit, the fucking child abductions and all that shit, this shit has been going on for like 1,000 years. When you go and look, all that shit, all the devil worshiping and Baal and all this stuff, this shit has been going on for centuries. This isn't this eyes wide shut shit. This is not some shit that just happened when, Jeffrey Epstein came. Jeffrey Epstein, he was just the torchbearer. He's a continuation. In other words, there was a Jeffrey Epstein before Jeffrey Epstein. And before that, Jeffrey Epstein, there was a Jeffrey Epstein before that. I don't want to hear nothing coming from white men bitching about what crime. There was black man and he knocked over a liquor store and he killed the store clerk. Compared to this shit, I'm like, nigga, so? I'm not saying that's right, but I'm like, nigga, so? So the fuck what? So the fuck what, my nigga? So what? I'm like, y'all over there fucking with the children's with an S. Fucking with the children's. Oh my goodness, man. I mean, God, and it just gets worse and worse because, granted, it takes time. They talk about 3 million files and shit like that. People got to work their way through that. People are finding, they found some of the most egregious shit, but more is going to come out as people go through the files. You got some serious bean counters. They're not going to leave any stone unturned. You got this shit released to the people. Think about how deep the QAnon people are fucking diving. Like I said, they were close. They just, again, they got led astray because of the whole Jeffrey Epstein and the 4chan relationship with Steve Bannon and all that other shit. That they let that shit let them think that it was, more like they tried to give it a party political affiliation, like it was more Democrats than Republicans, and all the MAGA went crazy and all that shit, right? with the QAnon shaman and going into the damn White House and all that, or not the White House, going into the you know the the what do you call that? The Senate, right? On January 6th. Because they were big on that. They were big on Pizzagate. They were standing outside of places. Yeah, Pizzagate. But, come to find out, I'm like, nah, you see that's the cap of it all. Right? Because the reason why they're not saying anything is because it's Trump. Right? It's Trump, and they're conservative and they're MAGA, and that's their guy. And so, they're going to act like they didn't see it. Right? They don't stand on anything. It's conditional based off of, like, who the fuck is up there. Who the fuck is up there? Like, again, when it came to Biden being in office, Biden was a whole problem with him, like, not being what do you call it, compass mentis, like he didn't even know where the fuck he was. You know what I mean? He walking off like in one direction. Like, I'm like, why did you let this man be up there like that? Right? It's like if your side is fucked up, you call it out. But no, that's not. There's no integrity. First off, I don't even know why people have a fucking side in that regard. When you're talking about the highest office in the land, and what that represents. You know what I'm saying? You can say what you want to say about Biden, and Biden, he didn't know his left from his right, right? But that's not evil. And think about all the times that these people jumped up and they were like, oh, Joe Biden, he's sniffing children. Oh, look at him. He can't keep his hands off the children, because he was touchy-feely when he was taking, photos and shit like that. But from what I know, Biden ain't in them files. But Trump is. And I'm saying, notice how all the energy just goes away. My problem is they don't keep the same energy. Why don't you keep the same energy? Keep the same energy when you thought that fucking, when QAnon thought that Pizzagate was just nothing but a bunch of liberal Democrats. Why don't you keep the same energy? Where did all the anger go? It all just dissipated. That's what I'm saying. These people are full of shit. They're full of shit. You got fucking white serial killers out here, killing children, doing all type of debauchery. They got no smoke for that. But let it be a black person. Oh my God. We need to send them back to Africa. Oh, we got to put them in chains. They're not civilized. Oh, they can't live amongst us. Oh, I got black fatigue. Right? You see how the energy just completely changes. And then they make all these false equivalent comparisons and shit like that. Black guy knocks over the liquor store. We need a death penalty. White guy molesting children, got children tied up in the basements, killing babies, all that other shit and everything. Now all of a sudden, what are we waiting for? What are we waiting for? Where are the torches? Where I need you to bring out the same pitchfork and torches that you brought out for DeCarlos Brown. Where is it at? Where is it at? Nowhere, because these motherfuckers don't stand on nothing. They don't stand for nothing. A bunch of fucking hypocrites that come online and just do racist, hypocritical shit. They don't stand for anything. And they come online talking about Jesus and Christ, and we have to preserve Christianity. Y'all, these are the white people are the worst motherfuckers to preserve Christianity ever. Ever. They have the least integrity. They have the least consistency. They can't stay consistent about nothing. Nothing. Shit reminds me of Amazing Lucas and how he identified the shit, because he really saw it. He really saw it when he got out of the sunken place. he would take the same scenario, have a scenario like, okay, what is the difference? What is the difference between what's a good example? A difference between it was it was like a Somali cop in Minnesota that shot that white woman. You know what I mean? And then Ashley Babbitt, who got shot in the neck by the black freaking, Capitol police officer. Right? They didn't keep the same energy. All that, if she would have complied, when that Somali police officer shot that white woman in Minnesota, they were calling for the death they were calling for the death penalty, all that shit, right? Actually, that's not even a good example because they're both black. I need one where the cop is white. I need one by comparison. What was the opposite case? It was a case that was like that where the cop was white. I mean, we could go with Sandra Bland. We could go with the what's the woman's name? The Mancy case. But what was the case that was just like? What was the case that was just like fucking Ashley Babbitt? It was a case. I can't think of it. But there was a case that was just like Ashley Babbitt, and it was like a white person got shot. No. I'm trying to think what it was. A black person got shot. I need an example. So y'all gonna write it in the comment section. But there was a case that was very similar to the same situation, and the energy just completely changed. All that shit the day they were talking when it came to you need to comply. When black people were getting killed by police, it was, you need to comply. Right? But then when Ashley Babbitt got shot in the neck, they were calling, that officer needs to be arrested for treason. Huh? I'm like, she's storming the Capitol. My man has a gun pointed at the door, and the door is barricaded, and this bitch is breaking the glass, trying to climb through that bitch, and he's trying to protect people in fucking Congress. And the white people, they were still like, this black man killed this precious, patriotic, all-American white woman. It was like, wow. What happened to all that? They need to comply. If you just complied, then everything would okay and you wouldn't have got shot 15 times, right? That's what they say to us, right? That's what they say to us. So again, it's all color conditional. It's all color conditional. Depending on what the race is, like there's no consistency. There's no objectivity. It's like, well, tell me what the race is. It was a black guy. He must die. We should hang him up and string him up, and he needs to pay the ultimate price, right? Then take same scenario. It was a white guy. Well, I mean, I think we should wait until all of the evidence comes out. I think we should wait. I think we shouldn't be too hasty. We should wait and see and get all of the facts. We shouldn't jump to conclusions, right? We shouldn't jump to conclusions, right? That's what they say. But let it be a black person. None of the facts are out. None of the information is out. Like I said with the Carmelo Anthony and the Austin Metcalf stabbing, right? I'm like, okay, it's a sporting event. Why don't we just play the tapes? There's got to be video of that. Right? You're at a big-ass sporting event. I mean, since we got videos and all of children being violated, I mean, of course there's got to be video. Why don't we release that? Why don't we release the Austin Metcalf? I'm saying it could go either way. The Austin Metcalf, being stabbed by Carmelo Anthony. It could have that. I'm saying I'm not here to pick sides. I'm just saying release the tapes, right? Same thing with the Madison Brooks case down there in Louisiana, right? That I talked about. I'm like, man, I saw how them white girls were getting down at them predominantly white institutions. I know how they get down, right? And then they got the videotape in the car and everything. They gave a little snippet. You know what I mean? But man, the white people, they was drawing. I mean, even still, they're like, these blacks, they need to be strung up. And it's like one black guy that wasn't involved, one white guy, and then two biracial guys. And I'm like, why don't they just release the video camera that was recorded on the fucking cell phone? It's recorded. Why is everybody sitting there foaming at the mouth? Oh, that's right, because of the racial dynamics that's going on. There's no consistency. There's no consistency. You know, the Fox News don't even want to talk about the Epstein files. They want to skate right past it. Oh, well, I mean, they're just allegations. They're allegations. Wait a minute. They're allegations, but when it was QAnon and y'all thought it was, you know, Hillary Clinton and her emails or some bullshit like that, y'all was going in and speaking on the shit like the shit was like it was some proven fact. Right? And that you had the culprit. That's what I'm saying. I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear nothing come out of these white people's mouths until they handle business. Anyway, with that said, I'm done. That's my video. SWP out. Don't forget to comment, share, like, and subscribe.
On the scene, diamond blingy whole screen. Check a boy Louis V. I'm so fresh and so clean. Stuff them bands in my jeans, slap them 30s in them things. Pull the trigger, let it sing. Then go smoke a Russian cream.
Boo, hold on.
Yeah.
Hello?
Where you at?
Where we at? Oh, you want to know where I'm at? We outside!